Hi, this is Dave Johnston, and today is Wednesday, May the 7th, 2014, and I'm with daytradethemarkets.com. I've just placed an order to buy here. This is in the emini S&P, so we just got long here at 1857.50. Now, this is on the heels here, as you can see, of a pretty strong down move that we've had. You can see here that the market formed one of our selling high velocity moves here, another one here, and then just a huge one here. And we have had follow through on all of them. So the market is still structurally, from our standpoint, looking very bearish. However, we had suggested to our members yesterday to look for a test of the weekly low, which is at 60.50. And we have come down, obviously, and gone through 60.50, right? 60.50 is approximately right there. But our next level of support was in around the 57 area. And the range that we have had today, as you can see, is pretty substantial, considering the market. We've only been trading here for an hour. So we've moved from 71 all the way down to 55. So 16 points. Now our average, that is approximately our average range for the entire day going into today. So yes, the market might just go ahead and move lower. Before I get into that, I better put my stop in here at 55. Oops. Sell stop 4, that's what I wanted to get in, right in here. Now what I am going to do too, I've been talking here and I shouldn't have been, is get my sell limit in here. So that's going to be right at a point now. Oh, okay, we just got filled. Okay, so that's we exited half of the position at 59. So I want to change this down to 2 contracts and bring that up to I'm going to just put a 2-tick risk on that. Now, the indication here, at least at this point, that the market, it will at least hit into here, which is 59.50, which is just done, and then quite possibly move up into at least the midpoint of this high velocity move, and that midpoint's approximately here. Let's see, it moved from roughly 66 to 60, so about 3 points. So yeah, around 63 or so, somewhere in about this area here would be the next objective. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a sell limit. We're long at 57.50. I expect it to reach close to 63. So if I put a sell limit in, I think I'll put that in around, you can see that with late yesterday we had a dip in this area. I'm going to put it right in around 62, but I'm only going to trade, or I should say I'm only going to put an order in. I'll put it in at 61.50. Oops. 61.50 for just 1 contract, because I only got 2 contracts left. You can see now the market has moved up from 57.50. Looks like it wants to hit about 60. So I'm going to adjust my stop now to at least break even, so that should the market come down, at least we're I've locked in the profits on the first half of the position here. So this kind of trade might fly in the face of, or it actually did fly in the face of the current day's selling dominance. However, the fact that when the market did come down and hit below the weekly low, or below because Monday and Tuesday had a low very similar, and so we were saying to the members that, watch out for that. It's likely to get tested. It did get tested and came through. Next level down was 57. So when the market came down here and had completed that 16-point range and then started to kind of fumble around in here, you can see that we actually had a level 1, or I should say a level 2 buying. That's this green bar right here. That was the first bit of good buying that we had today, after this buying here that did not have any substantial follow through, just sort of spillage. Whereas this one here, you can see the low of this one was taken down in 1, 2, just 3 minutes, where the low off of here, it moved it right back up to that 57 level. So I'm just going to mark in that just so we have sort of a reference here. 57 is right here, and 60.50, I'm just going to mark that in here because that was Monday's low. So these are our reference areas, and so that was really the reason why I felt that, because it had a combination of already a 16-point range, which is equal to our average, and we just keep a 10-day average. Actually, it's around 15 and change. So and that's the full day's range going into today. So we had actually exceeded that with a 16-point plus range. So yeah, the market could move and extend the range even more, but the likelihood that it would pull in and have a bit of a bounce are pretty high after you have such heavy selling and have completed or at least reached the average daily range. And then tied onto that the fact that we had the good level 2 buying here, and then you can see we had some decels that stopped and started and stopped and started. So what I wanted to do is get in on a rejection of some selling, which was this bar right here, and then got long right after that high was taken out. So that's my actual technique on getting in on this trade, and why I am long right now from 57.50. So now it's hit into this 61 area, and that's likely to be a resistance. So now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, I should probably take profit on this second contract somewhere in this area here. Let me just stretch this out a little bit so we can see it a bit better. There we go. And I'll move that over. So I put it, okay, I've got it at 50. Well, we got out of our first at 59 even. Okay. I've got one here at 59.75. I probably should have put it here because we knew that 60.50 was some sort of barrier. So kind of late in doing that, but we'll just leave it the way it is right now. We do have our break-even stop in here, so we were long, so it overlaps it here. Okay, we just got filled on that, so I want to adjust this and bring it down to 1. So we just have the 1 contract left now, and I'm going to increase this to here, just 1 tick below this little dip right here. Okay, so we've locked in a half a point on this final contract here of the 4 that we traded. So the market moved pretty quickly earlier, and it was kind of tough to get on board and get a video done, but when it came down and kind of settled there for a little bit, was able to get going on this. So on this trade, as it stands now, we're in the final 1/4 of the position. So I'm going to be rather lenient with the stop here, and give it a fair amount of room, because should the market have a short covering rally and really scoot up there nicely, I'll be on board. But for the time being, I'll just leave the stop in there, and I'll go ahead and pause the video now and pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, I've restarted the video here, and you can see that the market is moving up nicely. We are getting what appears to be a nice short covering rally. So I'm going to adjust my stop here up to just below that 60.50 level. 57.50, you can see we're just long the 1 contract. 57.50, we got to stop at 60. So we've locked in 2.5 points for now. So I just want to bring you up to date on that, and we have adjusted the stop. So we've now locked in 2.5 points on here, and I need to make an adjustment on this. Okay, so here's our email right here. Anyone who wants to contact us. This kind of buying like this, it's very tempting to go ahead and move the stop up. I actually like to move the stop up just below the low of the most recent aggression bar. But I think in this case, I'm just going to, we're already locked in 2.5 on here, and already had a nice trade. As you can see, I put a little summary of the trade here. We just had the 4 contracts, so 1.5 on the first 2 for a total of 3. We got the 2.5 points on the second one, second exit. For just the 1 contract, we got 1 contract going, so I just put 250 because we've locked in 250 here. So we've already had a nice trade with 8 points. So even if it should come down here, so I'm just going to let this run and just kind of see what we can get, because obviously it appears now. I was mentioning before that the 63 area would be the next target, which is about halfway of this high velocity move, and of course the next target would be up here around 66, which would be the high of this high velocity move. So I think we'll just trail the stop on this one and see what we get, and I'm going to stop the video now and restart it as the market develops when I think it's a good time to make an adjustment on the stop. Okay, just restarted the video here on this live trade. Just wanted to point out that we've got a new high velocity move right here made by the aggressive buying level 3, which is this blue bar, level 2s, which are these green bars. So our stop, as we had, it works out that the stop is just a tick below that, the low of that high velocity move. So this should be a natural support area into the low of this high velocity move. Of course, it's also the low from the first 2 days of the week. So we're just 1 tick below there at 1860. So it's likely to come down and test into this area. I think our stop is in a good spot. Hopefully it's not too tight, but we'll just kind of see how it works out there, and kind of take it from there. So I just wanted to bring you up to date that this high velocity move was had actually formed in the software, and this can be a good indication of a structural confirmation of a change in the direction intraday. Because we do know that these high velocity moves tend to do that. They tend to identify the beginnings of intraday auctions. So I just wanted to point that out, and we'll we've got our stop in here, and we'll just stop the video now. Just want to bring that to your attention. We'll pick it up as the market dictates. Okay, I've just started the recording back up. We've got a movement here, obviously, where the market has come down fairly close to our stop, and this level here, of course, that we have been monitoring, which was the low for Monday and Tuesday, thinking that the market has moved back above there, and it's also our stop, as I mentioned earlier, is just below the low of that high velocity move. The market did, by the way, we were thinking initially it would get into the 63 area, about halfway into this very large high velocity move. It hit 64.25 and then backed off to 61, and then bounced up to 64.75. Now we're back down to 61, just hit 60.50. So it's, to test into here, I think is, sort of the natural give and take of the auction. And I am expecting a bit of a lift from this level, and that's why we've got our stop in just a little bit below there. So I just want to kind of bring you up to date on this trade, because we've been in this trade for 35 minutes or so, and that's really about it. Obviously we're very, very close to getting stopped here, just a couple of ticks away. So I want to try and get that on the recording if if it should happen. So any rate, we'll just continue to watch. I just want to bring you up to date at that point. I'm anticipating or expecting a lift from this level, but you never know. So that's why I wanted to restart the recording. So I'll go ahead and put it back on pause and start it up as the market dictates. Okay, I've started the video back up. As you can see, we did have a nice bounce from here. It got up to 64.50. It has backed off fairly close to the support area again, so just a point away from being stopped. So I wanted to just fire up the video again just to kind of keep on board with that. So you can see our stop right here at 60, you know, we've had it there for a while. We've came within a couple of ticks here, getting stopped out, but just hanging in there. And obviously, there's some pretty good resistance up in this area. This attempt here, you know, this obviously got rejected. Had a nice D-cell bar there, bit of excess on it, and came in. And we went up there and tested again. Now we've come back down. So it looks like we're in jeopardy here of being stopped on this final partial. I have gone ahead over here and just did a summary of it, so you can see, you know, what the situation is should we get stopped out on this particular trade. And here's our email, just for those of you that are interested in learning more or contacting us. Always enjoy getting your questions and comments. So that's our email, info@daytradethemarkets.com. Sell stop right here at 60 even. So a pretty good retreat off of here, pretty quick retreat off of that 64 and change just in 5 minutes or so. Okay, we've got another just formed high velocity move, but you can see that, you know, it's certainly a smaller one. Okay, we just got hit right there. This is a larger one, but of course this is the big one, and we have been trading inside that. So this is going to be an interesting move if the market can actually get some follow through down from here, and you know, perhaps retest this 57 level. Certainly a possibility. At any rate, I'm going to stop the video now. So thanks for taking the time to watch. Info@daytradethemarkets is how to get a hold of us. And of course, this was a trade taken on Wednesday, May the 7th, 2014. I'm Dave Johnston, and thanks for watching.